The story for a Transformers live action movie always tends to be the same. The Transformers are always searching for something which will either protect our world or save their own. In Transformers 2007 we had the Cube, in Revenge of the Fallen we had the Matrix, in Dark of the Moon we had the Pillars, in Age of Extinction we had the Seed, and in The Last Knight we had Merlin's staff. Transformers Rise of the Beast is no exception, with on-set leaks leading us to believe the Autobots, Maximals and Terracons are all searching for a key. What this key unlocks we don't yet know, but does this formula still work for a Transformers live action movie? Over the past few years the previous installments have not always been well received, and at times the searches felt overcomplicated. That was my feeling towards Transformers The Last Knight. At times the writers seem to be throwing more Transformers at a rather basic search to compensate for the lack of heart in the script. Transformers Bumblebee has been the only exception, with the writers stepping away from the conventional Transformers search and making the movie more about character, letting us learn about a smaller set of good and bad Transformers while saving the world at the same time. You could say in Transformers Bumblebee there is a search going on, with Shatter and Dropkick, the movie's Decepticons, hunting Bumblebee, who has fled planet Cybertron as part of the Autobot resistance. The difference is, this is the undertone of a main story, of an alien robot building a bond with humankind. Transformers Rise of the Beast is slightly more ambitious. It's at a much bigger scale. It's a full-on Transformers live action movie, but that doesn't mean it cannot learn from the success of Bumblebee and iron out some of the issues of the search stories from the past. The problem with the search is that you have to tell the backstory of the item that's being searched for. This can take up a lot of time. I've felt over the years this detracts from building characters and relationships, for both humans and Transformers. This can cause a disconnect from the audience to the characters. This is why I personally felt such a disconnect for the characters from The Last Knight. Vivian Wembley demonstrates this point. I could care less about this character as the movie gives me no real connection to her. Apart from her obvious generic British name, the character's background is rushed and skimmed over in just a few scenes. This is until it's revealed that she has a major importance in the story, as she's the character that can control Merlin's staff. And here was me thinking Isabella Mona's character Izzy was better suited to carry out this role, considering this was Bay's attempt at being the heart of the movie, with her connection to Autobot Squeaks, funnily enough an Autobot character who has no detailed backstory either. Lorenzo de Bonaventura and Stephen Caple Jr. stated at the Paramount event back in June, "We want to deliver a film that has the scale and spectacle of the Bay films with the heart and humour we were able to achieve in Bumblebee, and Shia LaBeouf's relationship with Bumblebee in the Bay films," said de Bonaventura. If the producer and director deliver on this statement, then we could be in for something rather exciting. Anthony Ramos, who was also quoted speaking of his character Noah, said, "The one thing I love about Noah is his tenacity and his heart and his will to never quit in spite of all the crazy things life is throwing at him," said Ramos. "It's amazing to see his journey when we then venture out into the world when the humans meet the bots and things start to happen and shit gets real. We have not seen many human characters on set of Rise of the Beast. Noah and female cast Dominic Fishback's Elena appear to be the main protagonists, a bit like Sam and Michaela, only with less human cast around them. For Noah, it sounds like there's going to be a heartfelt story behind the character, which will in some way connect to the Transformers. One feeling I do get is Noah could be a combination of all three previous main human characters rolled into one. He sounds like he has the heart of Sam, the troubles of Charlie, and the strength of Cade. All these together actually make a great main human character, which fans can relate to in some way or another. The constant mention of heart and a journey for a character gives me great hope that Transformers Rise of the Beast won't just be another Transformers search film, and this movie will give us something more, much like Bumblebee, but on a bigger scale. But what are your thoughts on the story for Transformers Rise of the Beast? Does the norm of a search formula work for you, or do you think the big live action movies need to give you something more? And if so, what must that something be? Make sure you leave us a comment. Why not drop a like on this video, and until the next one, thanks for watching.